Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to give you a little bit of a recap on how things are going. Right now I am 2 weeks out from my meet. This is my 3 weeks out training. Um, and honestly, so there were a lot of good things about this week and a lot of things that I noticed I did need to improve on. So first off, this is my day one squats. Did ascending sets up to 386 at RPE 6 for 6 reps, and this felt pretty good. Squats are just they've been this past year of training has been phenomenal for squats. I've just kind of found the formula. I feel very very strong on basically most days that I do train, and it's just been really cool just seeing that now because I remember these weights used to be really intimidating for me a while ago, and now it's just like every other day. So that was really cool. Now, the one thing that I am not super happy about is how deadlifts went on this day. And the reason why is because so I lost some weight this past week, like about 3 pounds. And I ended up having these not move the way that I wanted to. I was expecting like 650 and 661 to move around in RP7. These are definitely more of an 8. I just felt really weak, really like lethargic. Um, and just like I didn't have the pop. Like you guys know that feeling where you just feel really strong. You're like mentally into it. You can just grind through anything. Like yeah, that wasn't how I felt. And back downs didn't feel the way I wanted to. I was looking at them and like after the session, I was like, it wasn't that bad. But there were a few things again, like I wasn't eating enough, so I started, really intentionally eating more calories. So I just bumped them up by about 200. Um, and then I got a blood test and I realized I am hyponatremic, which means I have low levels of blood sodium. And this is kind of a genetic thing. My mom has it. A lot of my siblings do too. So I've started adding in a quarter teaspoon of salt to my meals, and that's been like just really helpful. I actually did this later on the week, and you'll see like it was when I actually started to do it, and you'll see like what it did, but to my strength, but it made me feel significantly better. And I just like all my weakness kind of just went away. But as a good note, that's the first time I'm able to do 2 reps at 650 and 661 in one workout with like zero mental hype. Um, Moving on, this was after I increased calories by 200, but before I did add sodium. And I came into this workout not feeling very good. Um, but for some reason, I did 2 singles after that 308 with 325. And this one didn't, it felt a little bit off because I didn't have as good of technique. But on this single with 325, it was the best it's ever moved, the best it's ever felt. Like I know for sure if this was competition day, I would have been able to get 341 on my third. Um, but I slightly widen out my grip to have my it's my ring finger on the ring, and I'm allowing my little bit more wrist extension when I do lower the bar down to my chest, and thinking of really just squeezing the bar like with my pinkies a lot and keeping a little bit more constant leg tension and bringing the my chest up to the bar. But I'm really excited with how the bench is feeling. I made some changes with going back to 2 times a week benching, like I thought was going to be best for me. And lo and behold, I just trusted my instincts, and I've seen you doing a lot better with that. This was my squat day. This is after I did my fourth training day is just hypertrophy day, just general accessories. But again, I came in here not feeling very good. I took some sodium. I took a gram of sodium pre-workout, and I felt it was really, really strong. Like I'm not a strong squatter, so everything. I mean, I'm not a fast squatter, so everything kind of looks a little bit slower with me. But that 463 was like an RP 6 to 7. I was like, well, I'm 3 weeks out. If there's a time to send to 500, it's going to be today. And I put it on my back, and I even got that. Like I would probably put that like a 9, if it didn't miss groove. It was in the sense of the bar rolled up my back, but like it didn't even affect like my back down sets at all or my deadlifts. And I woke up the next day like really feeling like not terrible at all. So that tells me that I'm good for at least like I think I can get like 512 at the same RPE on meet day. Because especially with like the fatigue I'm under and whatnot, um, yeah, it's just really exciting. Something that I've noticed is that people tend to be really mentally weak when it comes to things like fatigue or hunger, and a lot of it just comes down to getting that right mindset of just doing your best. And I went in, I with no expectations, and 500 moved, So it's kind of a big confidence booster to hit that. Then after that, hit 551 for sets of three on pause squat, like really easy. And again, just like adding in some more salts, um, really helped me. And I have a video on salt, so you guys can go check that out. But it's super important for lots of things. And then this is my secondary bench day, and I had a PR with 265 for 4x6. And again, like moving down and actually reducing the direct amount of bench pulling that I'm doing. Like I only do about 8 sets of direct bench work per week, and then a lot of my other work is like dumbbell pressing, and it's helped keep my shoulder a little bit healthier. Like I've been dealing with some shoulder like pain and pec pain, and so like the fact that I'm getting stronger and even with that kind of being a little bit of a factor in things is really encouraging. So right now I feel definitely really beat up, but I'm excited with how training is going. Although the deadlifts didn't go the way I wanted them to, they're still a win. I think it's important to reframe things and be like, well, I've never done that before. And if I felt bad on that day, and that's what I can do, hey, let's go decide and see what I can do with the taper. But got one more week of training. I'm excited to finish strong. And this is just, physique check. I'm like ridiculously lean right now. I'm like 188 right now. This is like the leanest I've ever been at this, physique. But I'm really excited to finish up next week strong. And thank you guys for all of the support throughout prep. And just one more week to finish strong.